Between fall of 2018 and fall of 2020, we saw three major browsers finally add the 10-year-old WebP as a supported format. Now, 10 years is quite a while, and unbeknownst to most, Google had been working on the future of the WebP, as in WebP v2 or WebP 2, however you want to call it. And investigating the logs, I'd noticed some activity. So I thought, why not have a quick update on the future of the WebP? And here to do so is our good friend Pascal Massimino. Enjoy.
Okay, well, thanks, Henry. Yeah, it was the opportunity to do just a quick recap of what's been happening over the last year about WebP, and since the last talk, actually, when I did this WebP rewind of the 10-year anniversary. So now we're at 11-year anniversary, same date. And it's probably good to do a quick update about what we've been doing over the last year. So first, let me go there. So if you remember, we were on the verge of having Big Sur support WebP, but as usual with Apple, we never know when it's going to be final. And actually, it held up all year, and they didn't retract the WebP support. So we actually had Big Sur support WebP for good. And that was kind of the last missing piece, because people stopped saying, okay, WebP is not totally supported everywhere, etc. So it was a big step to kind of get the full bingo for WebP on browser supports. And even KaiOS, actually, the very last version, the 3.0, supports WebP. So we're probably going to have a full green here on the use of WebP. So that was it for the 11 year. And actually, we got also some nice news from WordPress, which added the built-in support for WebP, which has been there with a plugin. So that was a very good news this year. To have WordPress support WebP. So yeah, that was pretty much the news for the old WebP this year. But we also been working with WebP v2, with AO Media also underneath, and basically we've been like WebP 2 is an experimental but still working format that we're pushing. But we've been busy with transferring what we learned with working on WebP 2 to AVIF and the future of the AV1 format. So basically, we kind of took time to kind of work on some features that we know are good, that were good for WebP, and that should be useful for AVIF also. So, for instance, the sharp YUV, which is this smart upsampling for the UNV that produce better chroma, even if you don't have the full 444 support. We've been also working with all the perceptual segmentation that we had in WebP and WebP v2, and that's what you have when you use the AQ mode or the data AQ mode in LibAOM when you compress your AVIF images. We also did some opt-in, so actually it's I know that AVIF used to be slow because the default parameter was the slowest we could think of. But we made some progress trying to make the default a bit less slow. And so someone alluded to that. AVIF is getting faster thanks to some opt-in that we did. And also we're thinking about adding the incremental decoding support because we found that was very useful for WebP. So this is work in progress. And also in the other direction, we kind of also cross-checking the new tools that are proposed as experiments for AV2 into the framework of WebP2, and it's mostly the intra new coding method. So we usually and regularly try this to cross-check the gains we get. So it will help both AV2 and WebP2 to verify that. So that was it for the basic tools for WebP2, but we also been working on some kind of extracting the image container, the very, very simple image container that we had for WebP v2, and making it kind of a standalone container for just images with some nice property that we found were very useful for the web. But just the web, for instance, being robust, simple, covering just the basic needs we have, nothing fancy, just very solid and very with low overhead, like just 10 bytes and supports animation and this kind of thing. And we have a demo code for this very simple container actually, and we expect it to be used for not just WebP, but generally speaking, it's very robust, very light container. One of the properties we are very interested in is being able to edit on the fly the bit streams, animation in particular, without having to rewrite anything, just edit on the fly. This is very important for us. So yeah, that was it. That's what we've been working on the last year, and maybe I hope to see you soon for the 12th anniversary of WebP. Thanks, Henry.